Yeah, bah.
Yeah, bah.
Nah, what's happening? Welcome to No Cap. This is Sol Abbas. What's happening, mate?
It's good, my boy.
Not for much. Man, every week we come here and I'm expecting, Penrith's going to lose. Sure, maybe they might lose. You never know. They might, yeah.
We're saving it for the grand final.
Bro, they're ridiculous, man. 11 in a row?
Yeah, look, they've hit that run that they've broken the run for the 03 team, was it? The 03 team that they won? Yeah.
They compared them last week about who would win already. I don't know, man. I have to say, this year's team matches up pretty well.
Look, if we're going to talk that 03 team versus this team, any team in this decade is always going to win because it's obviously more physical, quicker pace, you know.
Oh, but
better
if you had all that, get rid of that part. Like everyone's on the same level. Is it on the same level?
A game simulation kind of thing.
Play it on Rugby League Live 4.
Their biggest threat would probably be Reece Wester, right?
Yeah, but you know what? He'd probably be because Luke Prittis, pretty good, but I think Uppy could match him. Craig Gower, Nathan Cleary.
Is it Luke Rooney? Is that him?
Luke Rooney and Toto. That would be a good matchup. Luke Lewis and Mansour. I don't know, man.
He was playing centre.
He was winger.
Who, Lewis?
Lewis was winger. He was a winger for New South Wales.
I thought he was centre.
Nah, winger. Fatawira and who was the other centre? Fatawira and who? He escapes my mind. Oh, Girdler. Intercept King.
Ryan Girdler. Who was their halves in 5'8"?
Preston and Gower. That was a good team, man.
Gower, wasn't he a drug cheat, Gower?
No.
That's Craig Field.
Yeah.
Craig Field.
Remember Craig Field?
Oh.
What a clown. What a clown.
Anyway.
Speaking of drugs, Bronson Sherry's B sample came back. What a shocker.
Sutherland Shire at its best.
What a shocker. It came back positive, unfortunately for the young man. And it looks like he's gone.
Do you reckon he was set up or?
I don't know. There's a bad record at the club and it's getting past that whole, we didn't know. They probably knew what they were doing. I hate to say it.
Apparently he's looking at 4 years.
4 years, yeah. Like Shandor L. And then, hey, he's playing again.
But that's I don't know.
Look,
I feel like Sandor got the shit end of that stick.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, he copped it for...
I mean, he must have taken it because...
but he was singled out. It's like he was the only one. But he came back. He's playing NRL again.
Yeah, I think it hindered his career.
Of course, his peak. I think his peak was gone. But Bronson Sherry will be 23 when it's done. Do you think he has that capacity to be disciplined and stay in shape and actually brace himself for a comeback?
It's hard to say if you don't know the bloke personally.
That's the thing, right? And he's a young kid. So.
Yeah, so it all depends. I guess it all depends of the circle that he hangs around with, you know. If he's hanging around with a bunch of partiers, you know, and all they do is go out.
Hoons.
Bunch of hoons. Is that what they call it in Southern Shire?
Hoons.
All depends how he takes the news of being deregistered for 4 years.
He'd be shattered.
Yeah, he'll be shattered, but it all depends on how, what he's got to do to make money in that 4 years to be able to survive, and basically if he wants to come back, and how serious he is on coming back. That's all questions that I guess we'll never find out unless he makes a return.
A lot of bad advice being given out there in Cronulla, man. Something hasn't changed there. You know, people blame Shane Flanagan. He's been gone for a bit. It's still happening.
Is Paul Gallen still involved with the club?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
He'll probably make a return next year.
There we go.
This guy basically
Captain of New South Wales.
So obsessed with fighting Sonny Bill for what? For money?
Did you see the Morris twins? Did you see it?
No, I haven't.
So they were talking, and then they said something about Sonny Bill, about how he doesn't want to fight him, about how Paul doesn't want to fight Sonny.
Yeah.
And then Paul's like, I'm the one that's always saying, let's fight. And then Josh is like, what's wrong, Gal? You need the coin? And then they all just started giving it to him.
Mate. I'll tell you, mate. What's wrong with him? He's asking for it. It couldn't even be Bazza. Could have been Bazza, mate.
Who's Bazza?
Bazza Hall. Barry Hall.
Oh, he lose against him?
Drew.
Oh.
What the hell, man?
Barry Hall's a tall bloke.
But mate, Paul Gallen, mate, you know, you've knocked out some of the greats like John Hopewadi.
I think didn't he want to verse
some guy from Barella Pub? I don't know, man.
Shout out to Barella. Didn't he want to fight Mark Hunt?
Mark Hunt. Yeah, I think he did.
Mark Hunt.
That's right, Marky boy.
If he, that's probably the stupidest thing.
Oh, legit, Sonny Bill's taking him for a ride. You think he's going to fight him? Get the hell out of here, bro. What benefit? What does that benefit for him? Nothing.
No, yeah, because the thing is that at the end of the day, Paul's just trying to use the fact that it's good money, but to Sonny, I don't think he needs that money.
Doesn't have nothing.
Paul does, and the only thing that it's really going to get Sonny Bill is probably a bit of extra brain damage, and if he loses everybody would love to see...
Sack the bloke, mate. Sack the bloke. Sack Paul Gallen.
No, I'd love to see the fight.
Yeah,
but I'd love to see him fight after he's given up the rest of the sports and he's trained properly.
Sack him, bro.
I actually want him to destroy Paul Gallen.
Then he'll change his tactics. Start being like Jeff Horn was to... What's his name? Tim Zoo.
D.
Anthony. Thank God he's done. I was so happy when he got... Oh, mate.
Yeah, I didn't watch that, but I heard it was a masterclass by Zoo.
Oh, mate, from round one. From round one, mate.
He quit, didn't he, Horn? He didn't want to come back out.
He went to the corner. He's like, "Oh, do you want to continue?" Like, you're his trainer. Why are you asking him? The guy's dazed. You have a look if he's right, you know? Why
but at the end of the day,
he didn't want to come out. Why embarrassing him like that? Like, just call it. Just make the call. Own it. You stuffed up.
Look, there should be a sign or a word that they discuss beforehand that, look, if I can't go any further, if I do this, you call it so I don't look like an idiot.
You could see from the start of the fight, I know this is NRL, but just quickly, you could see from the start of the fight, when they were warming up, he took his sweet time, Tim, but he was still warming up, and Jeff was just pacing, this guy's done. Let's get to the topics, and obviously one topic that's been really pissing me off this week.
I can tell.
All right,
You've been messaging me every single day about this, mate.
It's doing my head in, mate, and it's the media's obsession with turning on players. This week, it's Cameron Smith. They've turned on him because he's not giving them an answer.
How about I lead this? I'll lead this, okay? I want to ask you a question.
Bro, this is so dumb.
Wait, hold up. Okay, so what's the issue?
Is this a therapy
It's talk? A therapy class.
What are you talking about, mate?
What's the issue with the media right now? With
why,
your topic?
Why do they have to make up crap and demand stuff from a guy who they've been praising for the last 10 weeks? He's done it all. He's the greatest ever. He deserves his time. Well, all of a sudden, when they've got no story, they turn on him.
Well, that's the part of the job for the media.
Mate, that's rubbish.
Well,
that is rubbish. That's disrespectful to the Australian captain.
Listen.
Stuff that part, but I'm serious. That's so ridiculous.
Let's say he gives them an answer. Let's say he says, "I'm continuing to play on till next season, right? One more year. See how we go, but it's looking for one more year, right?"
Yeah.
That is then news for us, for you, for every NRL fan.
But it's been news for a while. Even I brought it up a couple of weeks ago, maybe where he could go.
Yeah.
But what I'm not talking about the story itself. The story's there. Everyone's in like, what's he going to do? What's with the demand? Do they think that Melbourne hang on every word that Paul Kent or James Hooper say?
What did they say?
Is that what they're hanging on?
What did they say that made you think it was a demand?
James Hooper made up something. Even Buzz Rothfield. I don't like the bloke, but even he has common sense. James Hooper tried to convince him that, oh mate, it was the buzz. It was the word on Sunday, mate. My phone was blowing up about Cameron Smith. No one else's phone was blowing up about Cameron Smith except James Hooper.
Maybe he's got the.
Is he messaging himself? How many phones does the bloke have? Seriously. Even Buzz goes, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Mate, was your phone off?" No, it was non-existent.
Whose phone has been off in the last 10 years? I don't think my phone has ever been off in the last 10 years.
But it's non-existent what he's saying, James Hooper. He's just a clown making up a story again to fulfill his stupid fantasy.
Speak directly to James Hooper.
Why do I have to speak directly to him?
Speak to him. Give him a piece of your mind.
The bloke, I asked him after the Roosters Parramatta game, do you really think Parramatta's a contender? He's like, yeah, mate, for sure. They showed something, yeah. I asked him on Monday, does he think they're still a contender? Mate, if they don't beat the Warriors, they're gone. Bro, what's wrong with this bloke?
So he can't change opinions?
Just jumps off the bloody bandwagon.
But isn't that what you want? You want him to say Parramatta are gone.
No, I want him to stick to his word. Then I can piss him off later on.
When they get knocked out, you can go back to him and say,
hey, mate, you're an idiot. No, you're an idiot. Why would you think they were a contender?
So let's say they win it. Is he still an idiot?
No, he's an idiot because if the Warriors win and he thinks they're gone, if Parramatta go on to win the premiership, I bet you any money's like, mate, I said it from the start. That he shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
James, shut your mouth. That's
you
all.
Know? No, not even just him. It's just even poor Kent, the rabbit. What's wrong with him?
The rabbit.
He's a bloody rabbit.
Paul Kent's actually a good bloke. I've met him a few times.
Look, he's a good bloke, but that day, yesterday, when I saw him going at Cam Smith, he apparently respects, Grandpa Smith, bro, sure, shut your mouth, man. I hate when they make up crap. Make up this storm for no reason.
Maybe it's not crap. Maybe it's rumours, and
but they have the audacity. But they have the audacity when it comes to Seabold. Who's creating rumours? How dare they? How dare they do what we do?
That's different.
Get out of here.
You're creating rumours about destroying a man's image in public.
I'm not talking about that. Even with the
but that's what they're saying.
Coaching, no, but even with the coaching part, I'm talking about the on-field stuff. Oh, it's disrespectful how they're just hounding him every game about how bad they are, mate. You do that about every other person that you don't like. Get out of here.
So, I think to conclude, Cameron Smith, if you're listening, are you gonna play on next year?
But regardless,
send us comment on the bottom of the video.
But regardless, if he actually doesn't know what he wants to do,
do you think Cameron Smith doesn't know?
No. But do you think 100% he knows what he's gonna do?
I think he'll keep playing.
I get that, but maybe he doesn't know whether he wants to continue on with Melbourne or go somewhere else. He doesn't want to play against Melbourne. Maybe that's what's pissing him off or getting to him.
I don't think that'll bother him.
I think it does kind of bother him, man.
I think he's going to do what
because
Cooper
you know
Cronk
what I'm
did.
saying. Do you know what I'm saying? With Cameron Smith, he wants to. His family, his wife said it. They want to move back to Queensland. Yeah. The catch here with Melbourne is if Melbourne can't go back to Melbourne, and they stay on the Sunshine Coast, it benefits him. His family can come up in the off season, and he can just stay there and stay with Melbourne. But if they go back Melbourne and everything's good again, he's waiting for that stuff.
The thing is with NRL is that the off season is such a big gap.
It's going to be a bit shorter. It's going to be a bit shorter now.
What, 4 months?
No, a month. It was shorter than a month because they finish at the end of
what's
October.
Originally? Isn't it 5 months usually the gap?
So they usually go back in November. So November, December, January, February,
March.
Yeah, you're right. 4 or 5 months. I mean, the whole thing.
That's pre-season, right? But I'm talking about not just pre-season. I'm talking
off-season,
about the whole off-season.
It's about 2-3 months. For the contenders that don't make it, for people for teams that don't make it.
No, but I'm talking about like from the grand final to round 1, it's a big period.
It's about 5 months, yeah.
Yeah. So even if they were, I think 5 months is, 5 months not including the next 2 to 3. You're looking at 6 to 7 months. I think Victoria's act will be clean by then. I think the coronavirus would have gone drastically down and they would be able to start bringing back sports in there. So I don't think Melbourne are going to be at the Sunshine Coast next year. Maybe for pre-season, but that's not enough to keep Cameron Smith there if that's their decision to move to Queensland. But personally, I think Cameron's going to do what Cooper Cronk did. He's stuck with Melbourne their whole career. He's going to go test out another team, see if he can pull them around.
Great, but does he not deserve the time to think about it a bit, at least?
No.
Because Melbourne...
He's compensated enough for his troubles.
Yeah, but Melbourne have come out and said, hey, we've got 2 plans. Like, we're ready to go. Either go down this direction with Cameron, or if he doesn't want to be there, we'll go down this direction. Easy.
Who's the other direction?
With Harry and Brandon. Then they got to figure that out.
Exactly.
No, but Harry said he wants to come back regardless. And so they've got Harry
Brandon
there.
Said that he wants to leave.
If Cameron stays. But then if they've got Harry on their books as to wanting to start as dummy half, if Cameron goes, for instance, that obviously throws up a problem for Melbourne because Brandon wants to play dummy half.
If Brandon Smith...
He can play anywhere but...
Yeah, he could. But if he decides to leave, who does he go to?
I hope he comes to the Dogs.
I think he should.
I hope he does. I've been...
Just because, he'd get the biggest payday there.
Yeah, of course. And we'll pay it. He's young. We'll pay it.
And 2, Trent Barrett is notorious for getting good dummy half players and working
well with them.
Yeah, working well with them. So I don't know if Trent would like him though. He's not really a technical dummy half. He's more of an energetic. What do they call him? The Energizer Bunny.
Energizer Bunny. But you know what? But I even think he's got a bit of skill, but he's not like
he's got skill. He's IQ, but
he is. He knows the game. He can read it. Like you play him at front row, he can still do a job. Lock. You play him anywhere. But I speak on behalf of the Bulldogs. We'd like to formally propose a contract to Brandon Smith.
What's the
$1 million a season?
Wow.
And come on board, man. You do a better job than bloody Foreign.
Oh wait, what position?
Mate, play him fullback.
Play him fullback.
Play him dummy half. I've forgotten, mate. We're
$1 million
rubbish.
for a dummy half.
Pay him. Who gives a crap? He can play multiple positions. He can play forward. He can play second row. He can play lock. He can play 5'8".
Even then, I'd say the best.
I'm just saying, man. Bring him, bro. Bring
best
him.
Option.
Don't
the
be
best
specific.
Best possibility he could get is probably about 700. That'll be the best.
Whatever. Pay him. Pay him that. Give him all the third-party deals. Give him everything.
Call Uncle Nick.
Bring him along. Laundy. What's his name? Mr. Laundy. Hotels.
Mr.
Come, mate. Come to our rescue. Mate, another big thing's going to happen this week. SBW is back. The legend.
The myth.
The saviour.
Wow. Do you reckon he's going to be a saviour?
I think he's going to have a pretty big impact for the Roosters. Look, maybe not initially, but come finals time, I think he's going to be a bit of a difference maker if he stays on the pitch.
Look, with SBW, football ability-wise, I think he's going to be... What are they going to play him, lock? Or are they going to play him second row?
Probably second row. Yeah,
I was thinking lock because
Edge.
that's where... that's... What's his name?
Radley.
That's Radley's position, and he's going to fill up that role.
I don't think they want him to do too much work, but...
Yeah.
So...
But let's say second row, right? I think he's going to be a solid second row. Nothing too special, nothing too...
You don't think he'll have a big impact for the Roosters?
I think the biggest impact he's going to have is around the shed.
Yeah.
Because if you remember the last time when did he play? 2013?
He played last 14, but 13 he came, first year back. Yeah.
What was the biggest change in the Roosters? Even like
it was just,
you heard all the players around them just say like, he's just changed. Like even as a club, the players wouldn't go out drinking as much. They were all more, they were more team spirit, focused, and just doing everything the right way. And
2012 they finished last, and then he came and changed the whole culture, and they won the whole thing.
Yeah. So I think he's that kind of bloke that has that aura around him where. He makes other people and other players want to be better and do better.
And it's even bigger now because he's a lot older.
And you got younger players
that watched him.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Younger players that are more coachable than some older. Like he had James Maloney. Even like if you can change the way James Maloney is. Like
keep
not saying
focused.
that, not
like
saying
keep
that,
him focused on the task.
Yeah, not saying that James Maloney's a loose cannon, but more like he was one of the older boys, and they're saying, "Oh, you can't teach an old dog new tricks." But if he can change the way James Maloney,
or
Mitchell Pearce, then imagine what he could do with the younger players. He'll be able to. But again, we're only talking about 4 games in, so.
No, but even like when he goes on the field.
But we saw it last week. We saw it last week in the crowd. He was sitting there with who was it? It was Luke Keary and a few others that were sitting in the stands, and it looked like they've been mates for a long time.
Yeah, he gets along easily, man.
You know what I mean?
100%.
So,
he doesn't act like he's bigger than them. He doesn't act like
he's
accomplished so much. This bloke.
Yeah, and I think Maloney said it right. He said it perfectly. He goes, for such a big name, he doesn't have much ego about him.
That's the thing.
So
when he jumps on the field. I'm talking about the players that are around him that looked up to him. The players that he plays against that are probably the ones that looked up to him. That'll be a bit shock, man. Crap, we're versing Sonny Bill, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Imagine SBW versus Viliami Kicker.
Hey, bro, it's his favourite player, Sonny.
Well,
I'd love to see that in a GF. That'd be awesome.
It's interesting to see that Sonny Bill, that's his... Well, it's not that interesting, really, because they really play like each other. So Sonny Bill's just looking at him probably thinking, that's just a younger me.
But he just confirmed what we say, mate. The best forward in the league.
Mate, honestly, I don't think anyone has impacted a second row position like him, like
since
kick
Sonny.
out since Sonny.
That's why he likes him.
I mean, it's just ridiculous the way. Like if you get him full steam, 10 meters out,
play him on a sweep.
7 out of 10 times he's scoring that try.
Play him as a fullback on the sweep.
That's ridiculous numbers for a second rower.
He's crazy. He's crazy. Listen, when it comes down to the games, all right, I don't really give a crap about Bulldogs Titans. I don't care about Broncos Panthers. No offense, but that's the first versus last.
We've come to this point of the season where some teams have lost the right for us to speak about them because they've just disappointed us.
No offense, I don't care about Manly versus Tigers. What the hell is that? What's the other game? Dragons, Cowboys? Oh, I can't wait for Sunday night football.
Cowboys are in the running for the wooden spoon too. No one's spoken about that.
Mate, stuff that, mate. Mate, these teams, Dragons last week, cost me that perfect round, mate. I never forgive them. Because they cost me that tipping comp.
Who'd they lose against?
Lost to the Titans at home.
Is that the second upset the Titans have done in the last, 3 weeks?
Mate, good on the Titans, but, stuff them. I'm not even going to give you a tip. You want to do tips? I don't give you a crap, right? This is the first significant game. All right, we're going to do 4 significant games of the round that have an impact on finals, positions, even can see who the contenders are, who the pretenders are. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, I mean, let's get started straight away.
Just to say something before we start, I'm going to tip the Penrith Panthers against the Broncos.
It's a big shock, mate. It's an absolute shock.
I just feel like I don't want this week to be the week that we don't speak about them and then Broncos pull up an upset. So I'll mention it out. Maybe the boys are listening.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe they're just going to take a dive.
Who?
Panthers. Maybe they're like, you know what? Let's just tone it down a notch. Let's get the spotlight off us for a bit.
We're very charitable.
That's what I'm saying. He's a pretty good good team.
Might see. Payne Haas is the GOAT. Maybe we'll let him.
Let's go straight to Friday night, 6 o'clock. Knights Sharks. Top 8 clash. Knights. I'm
over the Knights personally.
Me too. I'm sick of them. They're rubbish.
Over them.
I didn't tip them last week, and I told you should have believed in the Warriors. You kind of gave them a chance, but you should have believed in them, mate. But they've been so crap. Not only defensively, they've been okay, but that was rubbish on the weekend. But attack, mate, attack is just lost. They've lost the plot, man. They've lost the plot. To
be honest, me getting over Newcastle has been coming. It's been in the works. As of last week, I was telling you about how I thought Warriors were going to beat Newcastle. But shout out to Jared, who's always made me tip the favourites because he's the most boring tipper I've ever seen in my life.
What are you worried about him for?
I don't want him to win.
He doesn't watch games.
I'm winning right now.
He watches half a game and then he goes on his phone and chats to his cat. Who cares?
But the thing is that I don't want somebody who chats to their cat winning the NRL tipping comp. You know what I mean?
He's not going to win anything.
He will because all he does is tip the favourites. So he gets like 6 out. Anyway, we're going to a thing, right? I tipped the Knights in my tips last week, and I should have tipped the Warriors.
I told you don't tip them.
Yeah, sacked them. I'm going Sharkies this week.
You know the thing with the Sharks, but they're very good at cleaning up teams under them that are below them. They're very good at we can dominate them. They've always had a problem beating teams above them, but they're probably, you'd say, on a better trajectory.
We're not going to be able to say that word.
No, trajectory.
Yeah, continue. They're on an incline.
Not an uphill.
An uphill run, yeah.
Far out, man. They're improving.
Yeah.
Okay, whereas the Knights are declining.
Right.
But you think the Sharks can get them this week, right?
Well, I'm looking at the ladder right now, and Sharks are 8, Newcastle are 19. Sharks are
19th, yeah.
They're Newcastle 19th. Are on 19 points.
They play like they're in 19th place.
So, really, Knights are 5 points ahead of the team coming 9th.
Look, they can't... If one of these teams lose their place in the 8, revoke the NRL license the next year,
it's not about losing their place in the 8. I think the thing is with Cronulla, they're 4 points away from the person that's coming 9th, right? So they're a bit closer. It's not that significant, but it's close enough for them to want to be a bit more hungrier than the Knights. So even though they haven't played well against the teams that are usually above them in the ladder,
this is probably a game they can win, surely. Well, just the way they're going. I'm going to go Sharks too. I'll go Sharks. Friday night after that at 8 o'clock, it's a big game. It's the Rabbitohs who've been flying. All right. Up against... Oh, yeah.
Who'd they beat last week?
Just give me a sec. Up against the Storm, who are also flying. Yeah, Rabbitohs, they beat those pretenders.
What's their name?
You know what I'm talking about, bro.
Actually, I missed that.
Oh, Bank West. We're gonna
The Fortress.
The Fortress. We never 38-0, mate.
38-0. I've got a hairdresser who goes for Parramatta, and he was absolutely spewing.
Well, tell him suck shit.
Oh,
right?
I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
They decimated Parramatta last week.
You know what he said? Just to continue. You know what he said? He asked one of the boys in the shop. They were talking about the Parramatta beating Melbourne. I think one of the boys were a Melbourne supporter. They'll take the thing. He goes, "How many points did you score against us? Huh? How many points?" Nothing. And I go to him, "How many points did you score last night?" 38-0. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? 38.
Mate, they're just rubbish.
I wrote that off. I was like, Parramatta versus Rabbitohs.
Yeah, you tip Para.
I tip Para. Not only that, I was like, I don't think Parramatta are going to lose that one. So I'm going to book a movie, go watch it with me mate.
And don't worry about that game.
Mate, 40. I think the movie started at 8:30.
I had a good feeling about the Rabbitohs.
8:45. I look at the score. It's 22-0. And I'm like, what the hell is going on?
I got decimated.
38-0.
The only bad thing for them, but is Latrell Mitchell got injured. He's out for the season. That's a really bad blow for them.
He's not even going to make New South Wales now, is he?
Nothing. No, he's gone. He's gone until next year. So 5 months. Unfortunately, it's just a freak injury. But Alex Johnson comes back in for them. He comes back in at half fullback. And for the Storm, Marion Seve, they copped the blow last week. He's out for the season as well. Branko Lee comes in.
What do you reckon about that Fijian, Isaac?
Lumi?
Lumi.
He's all right.
Not bad.
He's got a bit of
oomph.
In all honesty, if Latrell was there, I'd be like, yep, Rabbitohs, like they have to win this to prove themselves again. But that's a big loss. I think they'll put up a fight. I don't think they'll beat the Storm, but
yeah, I don't think with Latrell gone, I think
they lose a
Melbourne.
lot.
I think Melbourne. It's going to be a tough game for the first 40 minutes or maybe the first 30 minutes, and then Melbourne. I think is just going to run away with his experience.
But man, look, I'm not putting it away from the Rabbitohs. The Rabbitohs could win. They could shock everyone again. They're on a good run. No, they could, but you wouldn't be shocked.
I wouldn't be shocked with any other team.
Yeah,
Melbourne is a team that doesn't let you get away with those kind of wins, especially with injuries out.
Fair call.
But look, everyone is always a chance, but Melbourne, I think, is a safe bet.
I'm going to go Storm as well. Saturday night, 7:30 in Canberra. It's the grand final rematch again. The first time they versed.
6 again.
First time they versed this year. I thought Roosters 100% going to beat these teams. You know, they lost Josh Hodgson. They lost. They had no John Bateman. They lost. Someone else. I couldn't remember. Maybe Charles wasn't playing. I can't remember. Bro, they beat him. They beat him at the SCG. No one picked that. Now they come into Canberra. Josh Papali and Havili are back into the run-on side. They were on the bench. Howie Renara's back for them. But the Roosters come back, and a couple of big names coming in. Obviously, we talked about Sonny Bill.
Yep.
He's going to come in on the bench. And Luke Keary's back.
Crichton
may be back. He probably will be named. But they're nearly at full strength as well, the Roosters. I think the Roosters are going to get revenge for that game at the SCG. I think they'll just beat the Raiders. The Raiders have been playing unbelievable.
I don't know what it is about the Raiders. I'm just not convinced with them.
But they just keep winning. They keep winning, man. And
how do you lose the lead against the Bulldogs, though?
I get that, but they still found a way to win. Albeit, it's the Bulldogs. I understand. I was about to write them off, mate. Remember I told you? Whoever loses to the Dogs, get ridden off. Newcastle, I wrote them off, remember? Raiders, almost, but they found a way to win. Look, but against the Roosters, completely different level, man.
I think, look, they have been finding ways to win, which, honestly...
Good on them.
Yeah, good on them. Parramatta have got credit for that all year, so I think we should, if we're going to be fair, we should give Raiders credit for that too. But I think Roosters are going to take this one. I think... and
it's an important clash because... Roosters are 4th, Raiders are 5th, and they're both on 22 points. So literally, the top four's on
up for grabs.
That's the thing. That's the big thing here. The double chance is up for grabs. Yeah. You would think the Roosters are going to get this one, right?
I'll be very surprised if the Roosters lose.
Even that's in Canberra, I'm with you.
SBW, mate.
Not even that. I think Kiri's a massive in for them.
Oh, 100%.
I think if he wasn't in, I think Raiders might have taken that out.
Yeah.
I would have been more on that side.
Who's partnering him in the halves?
Oh, Flanagan.
Flanagan.
Yeah.
What happened to Lockie Lamb?
I think he's injured. Still. So, yep, Roosters.
Yep.
And then our last game we're going to cover.
Who do you go for?
Roosters, yeah.
No. Oh, you go for Roosters?
No, I'm tipping the Roosters. I work for the Roosters, and that's about it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm on.
Any third-party deals? Any third-party deals for you?
No comment.
No comment? Okay.
I wish not to speak. Why ask me these questions? Are you trying to be James Hooper now?
My phone is buzzing.
It's buzzing, is it? With my third-party deals.
You won't stop.
Yeah, shocker.
Solomon, over the cap.
Sunday afternoon, 4 p.m. This is the last game we're going to cover. Warriors-Eels. It's a big match for the Warriors. Eels as well, because they've been crap, as I said. Yeah, what? One loss? They're crap.
It's 2 losses, isn't it? What, 2 losses in a month? Didn't they lose against Manly recently?
No, they lost to bloody Dragons.
Did they lose against Dragons?
Yeah, they're crap. They're crap, mate.
But they beat the Storms.
Yeah, they beat the Storm. They had about 10 players out. They only put 2 tries on them. Warriors have been on a good run. This is it for them, right? They've been playing pretty much sudden death for the last 2-3 weeks. And this clash at Central Coast, this is it. I think they're up for it, man. I think the Warriors are up for this one.
It's probably the toughest one to pick.
Yeah, 100%.
Warriors are playing for a top 8 position and they can't afford any losses anymore.
Do you agree that George Jennings and Daniel Alvaro can't play for them?
Yeah.
You reckon?
They have to.
Does it happen in soccer in the loan system?
Yeah.
That they don't play against the old team?
No, you don't play against your old team. So if you loan somebody out and they're still on contract with you, you don't play against the old team. It's more.
They've been playing good for them, that's why. So they're big losses.
George Jennings played really well last week.
They're big losses.
I don't think that's going to be an issue really for them. In regards to their form, they're playing really, really good. I think if they can keep positive, no silly mistakes, Parramatta don't get the rub of the green with the ref, I think Warriors can give them a really, really tough time. The only thing that I'm looking at, and I feel sorry for the Warriors about, is Parramatta just got pumped. So they're going to be upset. They're going to be looking to come back strong.
Yeah, and this is the game for them to come back. But I'll be honest with you, I'm talking serious about Parra. I'm not stuffing around here. Dylan Brown's a massive loss. I think he's a massive loss. He's out for the season.
Season?
Yeah, he's gone for the season. He just went in for surgery on his ankle. Last year when he was gone, so they started well last year. When he was out for a bit with the back injury, they went on a horrible run. I think they lost like 4 or 6 or something.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be a massive loss. There's going to be a lot of pressure on Mitchell Moses, who's been playing rubbish. Well, even King Gutho's sick of him.
Come on, mate.
King Gutho's sick of Moses, mate.
Who told you that?
Mate,
James Hooper.
I saw it on the field, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Come on, Bar. Why Ben like that for?
Look, it's King Gutho, man.
Yeah, I'm with him. I'm on his side. I'm sick of Moses, mate. Get rid of him.
Look, I didn't realise Dylan Brown was gone. Like I said, I didn't watch last week's game because I thought it was a write-off.
It was a write-off.
Yeah, it was. It's just the opposite way.
It was a write-off, mate.
So that might change things. It just all depends on how that dry field plays.
Yeah, look, he's all right, but he's like another Moses, just a runner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Moses has gone sideways so much, mate. He's going to end up in... he's going to end up on the bloody roof.
I've said it from the start. I think Parramatta's main point, which is weird, but their main point of attack the person that gets them on the front foot is Junior Polo.
Of course.
His offloads.
But even he can't do so much, mate. He can't do everything.
No, he doesn't need to, but he just needs to get onto that hit up and then get that ball free, offload, and then the other team's on the back foot. Warriors will be on the back foot from there.
The biggest worry for the Eels was last week was the missed tackles. They missed 52 tackles. That's
one for each week of the year.
Mate, that's... Are you telling me they're a contender? Like that kind of performance against someone who's obviously not as good as them, but like they're in that same boat,
Look,
you know?
Are they top 4? Yes.
They're still top 4,
they're
but barely,
are they a top 4 team? Yes. Are they a team?
You still think they're a top 4 team?
Well, who's better than them?
I think Rabbitohs are better than them. I think Raiders are better than them.
No, but if we're talking about form throughout the season.
Yeah, I think Raiders are... Right now, I think Raiders are better than them. I think the Rabbitohs are better than them right now. They've only got the wins on the board. Those rubbish wins that they stole, early in the season.
As a Penrith supporter, I would be more worried to play a Parramatta squad than I would be to play a Canberra squad.
Look, they're on 24 points right now, yeah? They're only 2 points clear of the Roosters and the Raiders.
Well,
And
look, it's pretty much they've lost the chance to become minor premiers. I don't think Penrith are going to lose
that's
3.
gone. No, that's gone. And they're only 4 points clear of the Rabbitohs. Do you not think they can be run down?
Who do they got? Let's see that. So they got Warriors this week. The week after they got the mighty Penny Panthers.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, this could be a roll-on.
That they've got the Broncos.
Hey, Broncos might break the duck against them. I'll back them.
And then the week after that, they've got Tigers. So they've got 2 pretty much guaranteed wins, and 2 this week and next week. Well, this week they should
win, but coming off.
It's like a 75% chance that they're going to win.
Yeah, of course.
And then the week after that, next week they've got Penrith, which is the informed team of the whole year.
Of course, man.
Right. So I don't think they'll get run down, but if they don't start fixing things, then they're looking for an early exit in the finals.
Yeah, I don't agree, man. I think they can get run down now.
Look, the thing is, when I say Junior Paulo, right, he'll get that offload going.
I get that. I get
Brown,
that part. I get that part.
Mitchell Moses, whatever, will take that run, right? You know what Parramatta are really good at? They get that offload from Junior Paulo. They take the run, get the team on the back foot. You know who the next guy is to take the hit up? Nathan Brown. And he just comes in at full speed. And when you're on the back foot, full speed is the last thing you want somebody to do, right?
But then, you know what happens after that? You know what happens after that?
Mitchell Moses, chip and chase.
Not even that. I wish he did that. He gets the ball and he runs 50 metres sideways.
Josh Reynolds.
And then he ends up on Parramatta Road.
Yeah, Josh Reynolds.
You know what I mean?
But that's Josh Reynolds.
But what's he doing? Why is he negating all that good work that the forwards do? Because he's stuffing them up right now.
I didn't watch last week.
No, but he did stuff them up.
I didn't watch last week.
So, I just don't trust them. Mitchell Moses just by himself. Dylan Brown's a big loss for me. I think
He's a big loss.
I think it's going to hinder their attack a lot now.
Look, he's a loss, obviously. He's a big loss. But
because he's a momentum player, Moses, yeah? I don't see him... Like, the chip and chase, all he can create out of his bloody ass, all right? That's all he can do. But he's not like Dylan Brown, who in the wet, he played the best game. Remember that game?
Yeah.
And he created like 2 big moments for Parramatta that won him the game.
When's Ferguson going to step up?
He's a winger. Who cares?
What do you mean?
What the hell? Ferguson step up.
Has he scored a try yet?
People complain, bro, because Moses runs sideways, mate. By the time the ball gets to Blake Ferguson, he caught it at the Western Sydney campus.
I don't know. I heard.
You know what I mean?
I heard Moses saying that he's been kicking to his wing specifically so he can get a try, but he still can't get it.
He's been kicking to Parra River. Stop it, man. Stop it, bro. That's it. I don't trust them. I'm going Warriors. You going Eagles?
Yeah, I'll go Eagles.
Fair enough. Bold prediction for this week.
Bold prediction.
Does Sonny Bill score or assist a try this week? Or will he pop an offload, mate? You know, to Teddy.
He'll get an offload.
To Teddy, mate.
I don't know if it'll work out well, but he'll get an offload. Look, with the way that Sonny Bill is, I think, like from what I think of the bloke, he isn't a all eyes on me, so I need to do something. Like even his first game for the Roosters in 2013, wasn't that?
He scored a try, but they got bumped by Sam. But he scored a try.
I know, but he wasn't. I don't think he's going out there to show people. On
No,
his
of
first
course
game
not.
that,
Of course not.
I'm here. You know what I mean? It's more like let me do the job for the boys, and it'll come naturally, right?
But I think the Raiders would be stupid to gang up on him when they've got all that other bloody stuff.
But you're always going to have that. You're always going to have.
Yeah, of course, it's going to happen. But it's
a
just
big
a
name
dumb
like
move
Sonny
from the
Bill.
Raiders.
Yeah, a big name like Sonny Bill. You're just going to be like, oh, you know, like you said, a lot of these players that are playing against him would have watched him grow up.
They might be frightened, mate. I don't know.
Well, they might also say, well, this is the guy that I've watched. Maybe I want to show him who I am.
I got to put some. Yeah.
Imagine Papali.
This is my moment. Yeah.
Big Papa Ili.
Papa Ili is gonna play well, but I think Sonny will score.
Papa Ili?
Not first, but he'll score.
Why not?
I think Sonny might score as well.
Running straight at Jake Friend. Boom.
Oh, first? I don't know, but I'll back him in for a try.
Who?
Papa Ili.
Yeah?
Yeah, why not, bruh? Give it to him. Anyway, that's about it. Thanks, Bar.
No worries. Well,
Appreciate
do you
it.
think he's going to score or assist?
Yeah, I said 100%.
Yeah. What? Which one?
One of them.
Give me. It's a bold prediction. Give me one.
Yeah, one.
Which one?
Of them.
So you're looking to tell me which one?
Thanks, Bar.
All right, Bar.
Appreciate it. Same time next week, eh?
Yeah, sweet.
And
it's refreshing not having Zach here, though. How good is it?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And you know what? I keep saying it every week. We will get active on social media. I swear. Like, just give us a sec.
You guys will meet the boys.
All right, and Stay tuned. Big things coming.
Nut.
Take care.